Hello, people. How's everyone doing today? Hello, Team Pocoyo. Hello, Otherworldly Star. Hello, Cat Pose. Hello, Tara. Hello, Super. Hello, Brony. Hello, Invade. And hello, Insanity. Hello, any other lurkers about. Welcome to the stream today. 55 stream streak. Thank you so much, Deadbolt. Hello. How are you doing today? J Krill 80 stream streak. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're gonna be playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I won't be playing much today. I'm gonna be real honest, guys. I'm not gonna be playing much Cross Worlds today. I just can't. My hands are tired. I felt it when I woke up. I was like, okay, I'll only be able to play so much, but we'll try to lock into the top 1,000 at least, you know. Lock it in, play a couple rounds, maybe 2 hours or so, and then, yeah. That'll be that. In our queue, we currently have Otherworldly Star, Super 64, and Brony. Brony, once you're online, we can go ahead and invite you. Hope everyone is happy today. Yes. I'm doing alright, I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing good too. Any amount of Cross Worlds is better than none, true. I'll only be playing for an hour, then it's house cleaning day. Understandable. Actually, it's very, oh man, speaking of house cleaning day, I have like some busyness, like so I'm gonna be so busy the next like week and a half basically. I turned 19 today. Happy birthday, Cat Pose. Oh no, a walking stick for your poor back? Yeah, that's very old. I hope you have an amazing I hope you have an amazing birthday. You saying 19 is old. Is it not old? 19's so old. Me and Floppy ancient? Yeah, we are. I'm like Master Oogway, you know? Congrats, you just got older. Hi, Mimikyu, how are you doing today? Holy stacked queue. I'm thinking about doing some like, some peak after some Sonic Cross Worlds. I think I'll be all right to do peak for a little bit. We'll do like maybe a round or two of peak, and then we'll also switch games over to something else as well. Maybe we'll do Marvel Rivals after that. Hey guys. If Mega Man Festival isn't as big this time. Hell yeah, I'm glad you got some sleep, Super. Oh, I guess the Mega Man Festival isn't as big this time. Nah, Mega Man Festival has been easy, honestly. Obviously, top 10s are always difficult. And this top 10's proving to be pretty difficult considering some people are trying to go for world records in it. There's like 3 people pushing for world record highest points ever obtained. Whether they'll hit it or not, I don't know, but... Is the biggest world match is optional? 1,000%. 1,000%, Tara. I think a lot of people much rather grind world match than they would festival. I think you got it right on the dot. Yo, 6x as we boot up the game. Lock in, guys, lock in. What a start, lock in. Guys, 2 days ago, we got 6x to end our race. Yesterday, we got 2 6x's in a row to start our day. And now we got another 6x to start our day again. And also yesterday, we ended our day with a 3x. So life has been... Oh man, I got bumped. Okay. No. Why Kraken Bay? I'm terrified of the Angry Bird Festival, not gonna lie, because I feel like it's a much more popular game series than Mega Man due to how available it was literally everywhere. I understand what you mean, Insanity, but I'm gonna be honest, I think the Angry Birds Festival might be the easiest festival to ever release in this game. I don't think movie design Angry Birds is an icon that people are trying to grind for. There are movie design lovers, but like they're not as insane as like the nostalgia lovers of Angry Birds, you know? I have a terrible amount of taps. That's okay. Who needs taps when you're like 1, 2, 3, right? Hey, I mean, we take that. We take that. It wasn't 1, 2, 3. It was 1, 2, 4. But the 1, 2 secured in. That's the bonus points. Are you an Angry Bird fan? I'm like, I like Angry Bird, but I'm not an Angry Bird fan. Insanity is an Angry Bird fan, though. That honestly be both crazy and hilarious if people locked in for Angry Birds more than Mega Man. Yeah, that would be hilarious. I don't know, like, many people other than Insanity that are excited for Angry Birds. Tangle, Whisper, and Nights got definitely the most hype. Nights Festival was mostly not because of nostalgia of Nights, but it was because of it was on a holiday. Tangle and Whisper because of it's a Sonic game bringing in IDW Sonic characters, and it went crazy. But I definitely Nights was the hardest festival out of all the festivals still. Mega Man, I wouldn't say is coming close in terms of everything. Again, because World Match is available. Miku was hard because it was the first festival, but it is also easy because it was the first festival. Like, at least for like top 10, Miku is probably one of the easiest top 10s. But for top 100, it was also one of the easiest top 100s, but people weren't used to any of that back then. So people didn't have like meal plans and prep and all that sort of stuff, except for me because I was smart. And that's why I was able to get top 10. Yeah, I like the line in the Angry Birds movie where he's like, "Time to get angry," you know, and then he went, you know, like that was peak writing. I only heard of Nights from Sonic Racing Transformed and Sonic Adventure. Yeah, that's fair. But I did try for that one, but getting top 100 was so hard. Tara and I, who never even entered top 100. Dude, that Nights Festival did y'all so dirty. Genuinely. Like genuinely, Tara and Mimi, if you guys went for any of the other top 100s, like even Tangle and Whisper was an easier top 100 than Nights. Like, if you went for that one, I feel like you would have made it still. Like, I just something about that night's festival and everyone on holiday, people were playing the game non-stop. It was scary. Did anyone in our community get top 100 for nights? Yeah, we have some people that got top 10 in nights. we might be the hoster of the main top 10 gamers for every single festival. Which I'm pretty proud of because, hell yeah. The two actual Knights fans not being able to get top 100 over the tryhards that just want the title, yeah. Dude, I hope the RL festival's really easy for you, for anyone grinding for it, and it's not like insane pain. I know Tsuyu's really excited for the RL festival as well, so just know you will be fighting Tsuyu's team for top 100. Tsuyu might go for top 10 for RL, honestly. I could see Tsuyu doing that. The joke is that Tsuyu's always going for top 100, so you're always fighting Tsuyu. That's the joke. Even after he had his crash out on the new patch notes for this game, he's still going for top 100. He just needed a break. He just needed a break, to be honest. Oh! Guys, I'm scared. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm playing an entirely different game. What? Where am I? Good thing it's back road, right? I have a feeling I could get a boost wisp. No boost wisp. But I'd much rather ruin this guy's boost wisp than get a good placement myself. I'm such a troll, man. I'm such a troll. Low-key, I see people always here in the top 100s. I'm like, all right, I give up, LMAO. Yeah, Mimi, they just have a, I don't know how they do it. You see me, I'm not even going for top 100s. Like, I mean, I obviously have carpal tunnel and stuff, but like, I don't even think, like, even without the carpal tunnel, I don't know how much I'd grind this game to top 100. It does make me a little sad that going for top 100 every time does stop new people from getting a banner of a game they love. And I said this before, but I think that you should only be able to get one top 10 banner. You should only be able to get one top 100 banner, and I think top 1,000 is fair game. I think that anyone that wants to grind for top 1,000 can always get top 1,000. That has proved to be like the blockade limit there, where it's like, oh, that's okay. That's like chill. But obviously, like, Sega's not going to be like, oh, we don't want you to play our game, so we're going to stop you from getting the rewards for playing your game, you know? They're going to be like, yes, keep grinding your game. Thank you, Kirby Toast, for the 50 stream streak as well. I appreciate it. I'm actually probably going to go for top 100 for Angry Birds for both nostalgia and haha funny reasons. Hell yeah, Invade. How's everyone doing? I'm doing all right, Kevin XML. Play Alive, Miku. But I feel like I'm so close to hitting Whisper into my top 3 most played characters. I gotta keep playing Whisper. I can't go for top 100 banners a lot anyway because I work and the festivals start on Thursday. Yeah, this is brutal. The last 2 festivals I got my 1,000 points in dip because F that. And even then, my biggest problem is I don't have a full grinder team. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that one top 100 because it might be that a game is announced, but you already have the banner, so you can't get a new one. Well, that's just part of it, you know? I think you'll never get that if you have a job and a personal life, which others obviously don't have. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have a job and personal life. That's all right, Kevin XML. If you quit Crossworlds and it's not your game anymore, that's totally fair. Maybe in a future update, it might become your game again. But, you know, it's all right to move on to different games. I hope you enjoyed the time you had on Crossworlds, though, because, again, it is a very special time that a lot of people had playing the game at its launch during many festivals, so many hours. I don't have any more giveaway codes for Sonic Rumble right now. What team are we fighting? My brain wasn't like paying attention at all. I don't know, but I think it'd be funny if I hit them with a perfect saw. Oh, I got hit back. Low key. Low key, low key. Arl had you going insane. Hey, I'm glad they brought a character that brings a spark of hope into the game for you. That's freaking sick. And I hope everyone gets their chance of that. I'm gonna be honest, like, I've always been like a massive Sonic fan, so I had my spark of hope when they were like, oh yeah, by the way, we just added like literally every main Sonic character in the game. I was like, what? Oh my god. Life's perfect and beautiful. Oh boy. I'm kind of scared right now. I won't lie. Hey, we're chilling. This game is very important. I get to meet Fish Lady, who I'm making a streaking heart at, and I get to meet you as well, Sock Puppet. Aw, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have the taps. Sorry guys, I'm just catching up on chat. That's why I'm a little quiet. I'm just like reading through. If anything, I'm glad Crossworlds existed so I can meet streamers who I can enjoy, lol. If there's one complaint I'll give Crossworlds is that, oh, if there's one compliment I'll give Crossworlds is that specifically. Yeah, that's awesome. Being able to meet new content creators is freaking sick. Besides, I'm mainly into poker and Overwatch now. Hey, we've been doing a couple Overwatch streams, so we do be popping in every now and then. It's just one weekend for this, so but even in general, I need to sleep normally and wake up at better hours. I understand that, Mimikyu. And I wish you luck getting the sleep schedule up and ready to go, and, you know. I know a lot of people that have trouble generally just getting a sleep schedule. And it's something that they like struggle with like throughout their life, you know, like far. And it's more so about finding the things in life that work around the fact that you want to have like that you have an awkward sleep schedule, I guess is the best way to put it. So maybe sometimes it's best not to fight it, but to accept it and to learn with it, you know. Just another point of view. Nothing that you have to be like, oh, that's what I have to do, you know? Thanks for being the streamer you are. Floppies, you always make my day. Thank you, Kirby Toast. I'm glad I can make your day. Those words are very, very sweet, and I hold them dear. I'm gonna get myself to effing draw and sleep like a normal being. Hell yeah, Mimi. I see Fish Lady has convinced you to like Overwatch a lot, huh? I'm gonna be honest, like, for me, Overwatch is fun because the people that I play with, it's not something I would ever play solo, you know? Like, being able to play with, like, Fish Lady, as you call her, Kazemi Levia. Playing with Kazemi Levia was super fun. Playing with Mimikyu super fun. Insanity, you know. You got J Krill, and basically like anyone that joins during the segment Shadow Dark. It's just an enjoyment to play with people that you know in a game that is free and optimized for people to be able to play. Like, I guarantee you, like, it'd be the same experience on, like, Marvel Rivals or something. It's just, like, you know, it's the fact that, like, the game is poorly optimized. Less people can join in, and less people have an enjoyable experience. Which I totally understand, but I like Marvel Rivals, like, more still. But, I love the people that I'm able to experience the game with on Overwatch more. So, that's the trade-off. And if I was to choose, like, you know, I'd much rather play with people than, like, than not with people, you know? I have to catch up with chat, low-key. Me go on my little tangent there. Ew, Overwatch not for me. That's so fair, Trunks fan. So fair. Me screaming 24/7. Too much toxicity. I also hate Blizzard. Yeah, I hate Blizzard too. Don't get me wrong. I don't think, but like, you know, realistically, like, most game companies are not gonna be as based as Sega is. For reference, guys, Sega consistently like wins like, oh, they're treating their employees right awards. So like, as much as like, you know, a lot of companies are pretty bad, I think Sega's one of the better options. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they're one of the better options in terms of game development, at least overseas. I'm gonna hurt that guy so bad. What the heck? My saw didn't hit him. Okay, let me read Insanity's message. Floppy, you might have missed it earlier, but what would you think if they did a semi-high daily limit to the amount of points that can be earned each day? Terrible idea. Like, it takes 8 to 12 hours a day of full grinding to max out. It would force people to take better care of themselves, as well as more realistic outcomes expectations for people wanting to top 100, top 10 titles. A semi-high daily limit to the amount means that everyone can be at the max number of points. You know, it's a lot more luck-based then. You know, like, what teams are this team fighting and what teams are this team fighting? Are they fighting actual difficult people? Can they keep up with, you know, the win rate that they need in order to, like, you know, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that if Crossworlds wanted to change, I think that they need to switch the titles from being top 10s, top 100s, and top 1000s to being top 500, top 1000, and top 5000. I think they need to change it to be like that. That would make it like easy for everyone. And it's like, oh yeah, you experience the festival. People that want to grind and still get world records can still do it. You know, there'll still be a leader. You can still have a top 100 leaderboard, but you won't get rewards for it, which is the main draw point from those things. You know, you'll get the top 1000 or top 500 rewards, but you won't be getting top 10 and top 100. It's not so close knit. It's literally 0.5% of their player base that gets like in the top 100 or something like that. It's like really, really low amounts. So it's just not a good idea to limit the play time of people. That it becomes like very mobile game-esque, to put simply. You ran out of energy. Overwatch is a sensory overload for the first 20 to 30 hours. Now I'm actually enjoying it while still properly learning. Dude, committing 20 to 30 hours until you start enjoying it is insane insanity. I was a demon on junk on Overwatch 1. What do you mean? It still is Overwatch 1. They won an award for supporting LGBT workers within the company. Yeah, they won an award for that. They're actually a unionized company, Sega is. So, like, the workers have worker rights as well. Fair wages and stuff like that. Actually, fun fact, Sega put out many statements saying that as Sonic Team grows, everyone's wages in Sonic Team also grows. So when they went from 40 employees to 400 employees, not only did those 40 original employees get boosts in payment, but they also got new team members that also had good payment, you know? And that's what's like really like nice about like Sega. And again, they respect each other in the workplace. You don't see any like stories like what was happening in Blizzard come out of Sega, where it's like, oh, it was a frat house of developers, and all the women there were fearing for their lives and having to quit because of Blizzard CEOs were part of the problem. Yeah, no, it was a bad situation at Blizzard. Really, real bad situation. How are the races going? Races are going good. How are you doing today, Kirby? Kid Kirby. We have two Kirbys. Sorry for playing that song sound during your conversation. You're all good, Fletch. Don't worry about it. I'm used to it. Sega also doesn't take down fan games, unlike Italian plumber company. yeah, they support the fan creativity. They also hire fan creativity, I believe, a lot of the times. It's funny, actually. I've heard a couple of stories of like people making Sonic fan games and then just saying no when Sega reaches out to them. Like they were just like, no, I was just doing it for fun. Like the fans really are just there for fun. Like they don't gaff. They really don't gaff, which is insane. It's Overwatch 1.5. Yeah. They reverted it. They reverted it. It's so funny. Generally, one of the funniest things to happen. Oh yeah, patenting game mechanics that hinder game developers' creativity is insane. Girl Plays is like speaking facts inside the YouTube chat right now. Xbox does that a lot too. They'll patent whole game ideas, and then like you literally like if an indie dev makes a game with a similar concept, they'll just attack them. It is evil. It is evil. Thankfully, Nintendo like doesn't go crazy on attacking indie games that are like Pokemon until they get like to a certain large scale, you know, like how what happened with Pal Worlds. Which again, there were places to sue Pal Worlds, but they sued them off the wrong thing, man. Sue them off the designs, like a certain model aspect. Like sue them off that. Why did they sue them off of the idea of a Pokeball, man? That's crazy. Oh! Ouch. That was bad. Oh no! The monster truck pushed me off the map! No! I'm last place, man! That monster truck! I know they recently had a fan content shoutouts on their Insta and Twitter for artists, games, music, cosplay, etc. I'm looking at Pokemon for copywriting, collecting monsters and balls. That's how they got Pal World, I think. But Pal World won. Pal World won the lawsuit for the UI and the concept of collecting monsters in balls. Yeah, but Pal World won. Pal World won. They beat Nintendo. they made it like, and they even sparked up a whole new amount of like certain thing, like I think there's certain laws now where you can't patent specific ideas like that. Like because of that lawsuit, they had to go through like a whole. That's why it took so long. They had to like go through like making new rule sets on these things that were a little bit more in detail. I mean, Insanity, we already know what happened with the Power World designs. The Power World designs, basically, there was this one 3D modeler, right? That, again, Power World has a very, very, very rocky development cycle. And basically, this guy was looking at, like, the guy that made Power World was looking for someone to do modeling for the Pals, right? For the Palmons. And they were rejected. Like nobody wanted to work on his game, and he ended up having to settle for someone that he was like, well, I don't really know about this, and didn't actually recognize the similarities to the Pokemon designs from the designer. Obviously, unless you're a Pokemon like fanatic, you're not gonna know. He was just making his game that was similar to Pokemon, and basically this 3D designer just wasn't great, and they referenced heavily off of Pokemon. Is what they said. They referenced Pokemon heavily because the fact that was the, oh, you're making a, creature collector game. Yeah, so it is heavily inspired, and maybe some modeling and stuff like that was used in learning, but like it was like a beginner modeler, dude. That is so much BS. No, it was a beginner modeler that was rejected by like a bunch of companies to work for them, but they couldn't afford any other modelers. It was like, there's a whole document like explaining everything that happened, because again, they were trying to talk to like the people in the backlash they got. You can actually look at all the the 3D modelers portfolio and stuff like that, and they were fired from so many. I think they were fired. They said something about like the 3D modeler they got on was fired from 11 different companies or something like that. Yo, what's up, Proto? They definitely knew because they advertised that as a better Pokemon. I mean, obviously they knew what they were competing with. But like, again, the difference between like, you know, their intent was never to copy the Pokemon's design, you know? They wanted to take the concept of a creature collector game like Pokemon and put it in a more real world standard of like, you know, what would happen if real humans actually were in a Pokemon world and yeah, basically guns. Guns and eating them and other things. Yeah, you know, things that Pokemon subtly hints to happening, but tries to avoid in truth. How you doing? I'm doing all right, Proto. How are you doing today? Pokopia looks really, really good. Again, I'm not into like Animal Crossing games. So personally for me, I would never enjoy Pokopia gaming on it. But from what I've seen of Pokopia, it seems really in depth and in like a really, really good game. Like in that style of you know, building sim, farming sim, you know, sort of things. I was not interested in Pokopia. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Again, I'm not like interested in Pokopia like that, but I think it was a really good Pokemon game to release for Pokemon fans and Animal Crossing fans. Let me see if I can find specifically the story about Pal World and its 3D modeler for the Pokemon or the Palmon, I mean. Let me see. Oh, that's sketchy. That's sketchy. Okay, guys, I didn't know this before. But did you know that, okay, you know all those Twitter videos that were coming out surrounding Pal World, and they were like, look it's a 1-to-1 copy of the Pokemon model and the Pal World model. It's 1-to-1. You know, and they were like overlaying different model parts and stuff, saying like this part was literally ripped off of the Pokemon model. It was all fake. It was all faked. There was a pure Pal World hater, and he faked evidence saying that it was model ripped. Even though, like, okay, they weren't model ripped, they were obviously referenced off of, right? But they made it seem like it was a total perfect model rip off of one to one. So they edit it. I wouldn't put it past Pokemon fans to do that. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I saw that new Pokemon game that rips off both Power World and Pokemon looks really bad. That looks like if people were mad at Power World, like that is like way worse. It's not even like competition in a way. It's just like it's straight up like I think that is just AI slop. Another thing to keep in mind with what you just said there, Tara, Pokemon has stolen from fan designs too before. So, I mean, like, we're kind of in a, like a weird situation. I'm not gonna lie. All the creature collector creators are all suspicious in different areas. I'm doing good. Just recorded a fire video for the Frontiers Shadow mod I'm making. I'm gonna put a song on it and then I'm posting. Oh hell yeah! Oh wait, oh my god! Holy crap! That's. Oh my god! Wait, sorry. I'm just like my brain just like processed again. That I would see you on Twitter all the time, Proto, with that Shadow mod. And I'm only now just processing. I'm like, wait a minute. That's right. You were the one working on that. Is it like finished now? Cause that looks sick. That genuinely looks sick. Nice, big win, guys, big win. The Shadow mod is still a long way from being finished. I just finished implementing his last base move. Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, man. I was like, if there is a reason to replay Frontiers, this was like, cause like this was back when like Frontiers was like first, like really explode, like a year or 2 years at like within its release cycle. I remember I was like, man, I want to replay Frontiers, but I didn't want to do it just as like the simple thing. I was like thinking about modding Frontiers a bit, and I was like, man, it would be kind of silly if I just went through a Shadow, because the moveset changes too and stuff, and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. Samba de Amigo, Aaron, I don't know if it's happening. Maybe. Maybe. Chaos boost moveset. Yeah, hell yeah. I wish you luck with all that, Proto. Proto, do you got a Blue Sky that you also post on, or are you solely on Twitter? Let's go, Wily Castle. Shadow kind of has two moves since Chaos Boost gives you enhanced versions of his moves. Like the sweep kick becomes the tornado kick. Yeah. What is this clip? What? Wait, why did you clip this? Because the ending looked like a... Why does it cut that out? Whole anime intro. Oh, help! Okay, whole anime intro. I have a blue sky, but I haven't used it in ages. The moderation in the Sonic community sucks. Gotcha. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I just personally got off Twitter, so I quit. I quit. Dude, my lead keeper! Y'all keep stealing it from me. Oh, forget that playing with super means cracking Bay every 2 seconds. Ouch. Nice. Can we talk about how satisfying the sound effect is when you like get a perfect boost charge or like yeah, perfect charge bounty? I freaking love that sound. There we go. You just get bombarded with a bunch of corn, even if you got the filters turned on, because those bums don't have common decency of flagging their posts. Yeah, that happens. I saw that Rivals of Aether 2 got mod support. For me, I'm not a big fan of Rivals of Aether 2's like control scheme. I tried it, but I wasn't a fan. You should have seen me using all the boost items just to pick Kraken. SMH, SMH, SMH. You even stole my lead, like my route planner. I need route planner rings. I want to know why you like Kraken so much, not gonna lie. Like, I love it for the pirate aesthetic. Oh no, here we go again. This is an every stream thing when Super 64 is around. Here we go again. God.
Hey guys. Let's go.
Gives those vibes of the ship is crumbling and you have to escape. Oh, I don't get that vibe at all. I don't feel like I have to escape. I'm gonna be honest. I never got Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl just because of it costs like too much. I was a big multiverses lover. I love multiverses. It was free to play. I could I don't know. I never had too many issues with multiverses. Kraken Bay will be your beloved forever. It's okay that you're wrong. It's okay that you like mid. You got it for sale for like $8 on Steam. Yeah. That was after it went through a life cycle though. Like, I don't think many people are still playing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I could be wrong though. Maybe there's some dedicated Nickelodeon All-Star Brawlers. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh man, I hate getting hit on a turn like that. Sinister and evil. All right. We're chilling, we're chilling. Oh, that's evil. Slap down a double item. Let's go! My first place!
Incredible!
My beloveds, in my opinion, are Holoska, Cyberspace, and Galactic Parade, with White Cave as an honorary mention fave of the first three. It has to be Galactic Parade, though. Okay. Galactic Parade is pretty nice. I do like it. But nothing can beat my Dinosaur Jungle. Holoska is my second fave crossworld, and it's the easiest to make in Minecraft LMFAO. It's pretty much a Mario Kart world intermission. Yeah, I felt like they did Holoska a little dirty. I won't lie. This is my last race, then cleaning. All right, Otherworldly Star. Thanks for gaming. Thanks for gaming. I would like to see them do a Splatoon-like game, but they use slime guns instead of ink. For Nickelodeon All-Star. Interesting. Interesting. The scenery is pretty cool to look at while driving. Yeah, I do like Holoska aesthetically. I just think that like track-wise, it was pretty boring. We're up against my brother. Wait, which one's your brother? I'm not asking for any specific reason. I just want to make sure that I hit them with all the items. Never mind, he disconnected. Oh. All right, bye-bye, Otherworldly Star. Oh, the other super. Oh, I thought you meant like your actual brother, not like name brother, you know? Good luck with the races. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Finn. Your actual brother is still a baby. Jesus, they separated you guys. Jesus, yeah. Separated in age. Man, no route planner. I felt like we got so close too. Okay, I love Dinosaur Cut, dude. So fun. Oh my god. Jesus, dude, the speed that we were going at. I felt like everyone was so fast that race. Hi, Sinflower. How are you doing? Hi, Soretso. How are you doing? Wow, we got crushed. I've never seen that team before. They raced really, really well. We got. All right, let me go back to main menu. We do have a spot open in queue now. If anyone would like to join in, now would be the time. Team Dino, and I got second in the tourney yesterday. Hell yeah, congrats, Sunflower. We got space. Anybody want to join in? The hour just changed. We can also check how the world rankings changed. Kusan has a pretty significant lead over everyone. 4K is honestly insane. He surprisingly can catch up to me when I'm gapping. Yeah. I'll join after I finish this post. All right, all right. Let me reset this lobby. Which will prep you for joining Proto. And my game... Super, your game crashed? What? That's really funny that your whole game just turned off. Hello, Tails. How's Fest treating you? Fest is treating me pretty good. One more invite? Yeah, I got you. I was trying to find Proto to remember what their icon looked like. So it'd be an easy find. And it is. It's yellow and green jet. I just accept being top 1,000. Yeah, that's what I've chosen the top 1,000 route. It's honestly just nicer to be top 1,000 than top 100.
Greetings.
I'm split on playing Fest or some new games I picked up. Have you gotten all the rewards in Fest and Flower? We can go ahead and get into some games, and then once Proto says they're ready in chat, we can get Proto into the lobby. Remember, guys, we just need 1, 2, 3. Done. I'm booting it up. All right, all right. We'll pick you up after this race then, unless we got glitched. Ah, we got timed out. Well, looks like we're picking you up now. Thanks, Crossworlds. So glad we got that over with, you know? Not sure why it did that, but it sure did. Super and Brony, did you get hit by the same thing too? A Sonic netcode Crossworlds. Yup, awesome. All right, Brony made it, Super made it. Now we just need Proto. Come on! Just like Jet, guys, just like Jet. My game crashed on startup. Dude.
Come on.
That is hilarious.
Come on. Come on.
Guys, do you think we could scare Twitter if we all play as Jet? Guys, I think we could scare Twitter if we all play as Jet. I'm going on the Christmas tree as well. We're going Christmas tree Jet. Cause he's built like a Christmas tree.
Come on.
This game doesn't like my 2009 hard drive. Oh yeah, you need to upgrade to an SSD. You don't got that space right now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hopefully SSD prices go down. You can get some extra space.
Come on. Come on.
You're in? All right. I'll try to send another invite.
Come on. Hey.
Real, I need a PC so bad. Dude,
Come on.
I low-key need to upgrade my PC. Like, as much as things run on this PC, 8 gigabytes of VRAM is brutal. And I know there's people with less VRAM than me, but they're also not streaming like me, you know? Streaming takes up a good chunk of VRAM, then games take up a good chunk of VRAM, and then like just things take VRAM. Like everything takes VRAM nowadays.
Hey.
Me with my 10-year-old laptop. Yeah. Yeah. Tara, not your 10-year-old laptop lagging my computer with how you do art. Or with how you did art. If I was lagging, man, you are truly lagging.
Come on.
Somebody get Tara an upgrade.
Come on.
The come on doesn't work on my end because I got Japanese voices. Bro. No. But he's so good in English. He's got... I actually, like... I know a lot of people didn't like how Jet sounded in the English voice acting, but I actually really like how he sounds in the English voice acting, personally. But I can still hear it through stream. That's true.
Come on.
I don't like how nerdy he sounds. I understand where like the nerdy comes from, but I think of it more as like nasally, you know? And I feel like it fits the whole like, I don't know, I feel like it fits his look in a way. I think we need to find a balance. This is what I've seen with a lot of Sonic voice acting stuff, is they go too far in one direction. I think we need to find a balance between Jet's old voice acting and Jet's new voice acting, and kind of like have like an in-between, you know? And then that would be like perfect for me. Because obviously before he was like, a lot more like this, you know? Like he was like, I thought it was a little too extra. It was too much. 3x, hell yeah. I think people dislike Jet's voice because he sounds so snotty and rude rather than not liking his voice in general. Yeah. I prefer the Japanese voice because he sounds way cooler. That's fair. I never saw Jet as a cool guy. I always saw him as a like as a unself-aware loser. because the way that he's like he always calls himself the best. He's always like he's always talking himself up like he's all that. Oh, I was just about to use it too. I'm gonna catch up to this James person, and they will know pain. Oh my god, that magnet almost killed me! Okay. Claw! Dude, what a hilarious voice line. Claw! Uh-oh, uh-oh. Holy! What a extreme race.
This is humiliating.
Have you considered that maybe he is the best? No. He sounds like floppies. So true. His whole thing is that he's a narcissist. Yeah. You're really good at straightening yourself out after a check drift. Thank you. Chet, what are we drinking tonight? Claws! You guys should hear the Eggman voice lines, especially when he loses. Oh god. I'm scared of Eggman though. Eggman scares me. Jet is the leader of a legendary band of thieves. He's putting a high security bank to shame and schooling the protagonist in his first scene. Sounds cool enough to me. Yeah, I get that. I get that. His entry was definitely better than how everything else went out for him. I also do like the fact he didn't like the cheating. You know, he was like that. He didn't win fair and square. You know, like that was cool of Jet. You know. Jet is like the Wario of racing. I don't know about all that. That's a little bit of a stretch.
Come on.
Guys, I wonder how close Whisper is on this whole thing. Jet has his silly moments. What Sonic character doesn't have silly moments? Yeah. This is very true. He didn't like cheating. Meanwhile, Wave. Yeah. Wave was over here plotting. Speaking of Whisper, I did get top 100 for the Tangle and Whisper Festival, but I've like barely equipped that top 100 badge. That's evil super. This is literally one of the best top 100 banners you can get. I think it's still the best top 100 banner you can get right now. And not using it is insane. Oh my god. Ouch. It's okay, we got the lead keeper. Or the route planner. The way Floppies plays this game fits his name. Finn, are you good? What is happening with you right now? I look over to the chat and you're like losing it in chat. Ouch. 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 You know what? That's fine. Cheating is for the weak, and you and me, all of us. Get top 1 on day one day I will top 100 something. Not gonna lie, the way Floppies plays this game fits his name. Yo, Finn was just spouting words. I'm so confused. Man, I suck at shootouts. Oh my god, I totally forgot it's shootouts. I should switch to like Tech Drift level 4. I should do that high key. I'm getting bullied by all the items. Also, yes, Super, you should check out the new songs they added in the jukebox. Level 4 in this day and age? Oh, we lost one. And I couldn't cancel. Not gamer. My game crashed again. Let's go. RIP Super. I'll do a time trial while I wait. All right, all right. I can barely hear anything except for a few sounds. The rest are just mute. You can fix it from a reboot. I've seen that issue before. Oh my god, it's the guys mobile. Holy moly. Look, guys. Get it, guys? Guys. It's the guys mobile. I love the guys mobile. You want to check out the vid I posted? Yeah, I actually do. Nah, I don't even get to verse my own brother. RIP. It's okay. It's okay. Proto, we win this, right? It's just me and you. Lock in sock? Dude, we're not winning this. What do you mean lock in? I'm gonna reopen. Forget my last race being next. I'm gonna go for another half hour. God, I don't know why it glitched. It just happens. Bro, that's the game we're playing today? I'm okay. I'm okay with getting hit. I'm okay with getting hit. I just want to snipe first. Holy crap. No, that's messed up. Nah, this is messed up. Why there's so many monster trucks? Dude, I'm getting bullied. That was so unfortunate. Bro, chill! Dude, holy! Can you unban Bob? No. Bob's the bans are permanent. Bans are permanent in stream. We got cooked. The video's in self-promo? Okay, let me check it out. Jesus, I look into self-promo and there's like 2 bots. There we go, I kicked them. And then let me delete their messages. There we go. Double bot. It's crazy how many bots there are. Okay. Let me check out this trailer here. Ignore how this is full screened. It's on my second monitor and it's like ignore how it's full screened. Ignore how it's full screen. Please ignore it. Okay, hold on. Let me see this. I have audio, right? Yeah, I have audio. Wait, oh my god, you got the spear glide in there too. Dude, it's crazy how different it looks compared to Sonic's moveset. Oh, wait, that's sick. That's actually so fire. Okay, level 69 on the attack power is honestly pretty funny too. Dude, that's such a good mod, man. Like that is insane. That is freaking sick, dude. Oh my god. Okay, let me get the invites back over here. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you replay Sonic Frontiers, you gotta do it with like the Shadow mod. Like, once it fully releases, dude, that'll be like. I mean, why wouldn't you do it? You're just playing in it's Shadow Frontiers. It's an entirely different game. You just get a whole nother way to play. The level was not intentional. That's just my day 1 Frontier save file. Dude, I don't know. I think 69's pretty intentional. Especially for Twitter, you know? All right, Brony, no worries. Actually, I kind of agree with Super. Proto, is there a way to change the Psyloop color to like orange? Make it like infinite. Infinite's blocks. or more in line with, like, for example, you know how like Sage has two different you know, there's like the red Sage and there's blue Sage. Actually, you can see red Sage down there. So like you can make it like look like that. I can change the color, but the Psyloop is always blue. Doesn't matter who uses it. Oh, that's true.
Yes. See ya.
Yeah, they do also have blue Psyloops. That was a good point out. But it would be cool to have maybe even an option to change the color of the Psyloop, you know? Having like a corrupted digital look to the Psyloop would be freaking sick, especially considering like how Shadow is. He would harness the corruption side of it. You know, the whole Doom wings and everything. Okay, wait. Okay, this might be spoilers for your mod or anything like that. So if you don't want to speak on anything like this, that's totally fair. Are you gonna be like adding any like Doom forms for him, like for some of the super abilities? I don't know if that's even possible. Like I don't know what the modding capabilities of Frontiers is. I'm asking all these questions while we're racing together. I'm such a genius. I have a singular tap. Dude, Doom forms for super abilities would be so funny. Like I hope they don't just throw the Doom forms away. They better keep them. Like I'm not talking about Proto. Like if Proto doesn't want to use Doom forms, that's like totally fine. But like I hope Sega keeps the Doom forms for Shadow. Like I hope we see them like in future projects, not just like a one-time gimmick. I'd be so mad, dude. Nice, good race, good race. Good race, good race. It's possible. Ah, close one, close one. Good race, but if you were racing on foot. Hi, Shadow Dark. Doing all right, doing all right. How are you doing? GG's Lightning Liz. 'Twas a fun race. I chose the Chaos boost over the Doom abilities because I think it's much more mechanically interesting for the combat focus of the mod. That makes so much sense because, like, I feel like the Doom forms would take more of a form of, like, how Sonic Frontiers' abilities work, where it's, like, cutscene plays, you know? And then, like, Chaos boost makes it so that, like, you're comboing things significantly more. Freaking sick trailer though. Like, genuinely, like, that got me excited. I was like, it feels very, like, polished, at least from what you could see in the video. Like, it was like, dang, that looks like it was, like, properly implemented. Ignore me. I'm looking at it again on the side monitor. Dude, I swear, like, people backpedaling on Frontiers is insane. Game's sick. Oh, dude, okay. The moment where he does, like, the drop kick, or it's like the axe kick, that's what it's called. The moment that you got the axe kick in there, that made my jaw drop for that. I was like, oh my god, dude, that axe kick was sick. Oh my god. It's not polished, it's very curated for the video. Yeah, but, like, the things you got done for the video, like, if you can kind of, like, work it to make it look good for a video, and again, it's not like it was, like, cut or anything. You're just not using specific abilities or different things like that, right? Like, I mean, you're getting there. You're getting there. And that's kind of, again, it's so freaking sick to even just watch the video. Can I, like, level 4 through them and get rings? I'll have to try another time around when I'm not getting bumped around. I'm gonna hold this level 4. You know what? That's fine by me. Actually, no, it's not. I would have been able to avoid Kraken Bay. Dude, it would have been so cool if Crossworlds had, like, a very hard rock soundtrack. I get why they didn't go for it, but oh my god. But, like, you hear, like, the guitar in the background right here. This is so sick for Kraken Bay. Does Kraken Bay have, like, an increased spawn chance like this festival? I've seen it so frequently. Oh my god, what a shot! That Blaze got me good. How dare that Blaze? I thought I got them with the tornado, but I guess not. It's possible. We need the taps, though, and I don't think I was tapping much. I gotta hop off the game now. All right, thanks for playing, Proto. It was fun. It was fun. Let me check out if we can get anyone. We got Insanity joining in next. All right. Let me go ahead and main menu and grab Insanity. Insanity! Hiya, Rizzo. How are you doing today? Shadow Dark joined the queue. Cool, cool. Floppies. Insanity. There's Insanity. Just in case you have a spot soon. Awesome, awesome. I think we are gonna have a spot soon because Brony's dipping. But I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be playing for. I'm being cautious with my hands. We might be hopping on peak soon. Yeah, I like your Clyde with his pet frog. I was surprised to see I didn't get any crashes when recording the video. I think HMM codes just got updated. Ah, okay, cool. That's so sick. It must be like such a satisfying feeling creating something like that and like being able to like see it in action in a non-disrupted way. Because it's like proof of concept that like if you keep going, remake team, gotcha. If you keep going, you'll eventually hit your end goal. Before, every time Shadow used his teleport parry, the game would be at risk of crashing. Oh god. That's actually kind of hilarious though. He teleported to another plane of existence. It's not Shadow Dark, it should be Insanity. Guys, there's no... Whisper made it! Whisper made it! Holy crap, dude! You need her to overtake Espio? I know, but look at how long it took just to get her to 700, basically. I think we can do it, though. I think we can overtake Espio. Dude, this is such a good top 3 play, like, most played characters. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty solid top 3 most played. It's pretty sick. almost a month of playing to pass Creeper. I don't even know how I played Creeper that much. Although, I kind of do know Creeper is kind of goofy, silly. And people say that I play based off the stats, dude. Do you know how long it took me to get rid of that Creeper? He's an acceleration character. You scared me. I thought something bad happened to you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nothing bad happened. Something good happened. Mine are Knuckles, Espio, and Tangle. That's sick too. I freaking love all three of those characters. Monk, though, that's a really base top three. Really based. Oh, dude. They actually look so good side by side because they're all so different. But they all, like, I don't know. They look like they would all be besties. Hear me out. Miku, Espio, and Whisper will all be besties. They besties. For real. I've also downloaded Marvel Rivals. Okay, Otherworldly Star. Putting that PC to use. If you got it on PC. I imagine. Whether or not it runs on the PC. Huh. Guys, I can't believe Whisper's actually passed. This is such an achievement. Whisper passing Creeper was something that I only dreamed of. It kept feeling so close. Oh, I wanted to see if I could break it. I'm gonna try again. Okay, running into a level 4 does not break it like it breaks the walls. You just go right through that little enemy guy. I was like, dude, imagine just like getting like money from ramping into them. No roulette road. Dude, Sonic Frontier soundtrack goes crazy. Tell me to disappear. Yeah. I'll have more success just taking this cut here. I think I messed up a whole chunk of people there with my tornado. Unfortunate, you know, actually possible to win, but we didn't do it. Dude, imagine we won that, like we tied up with the red team. That would have been insane. Rough first match for me? That's okay. That's okay. I was using the wrong build. I was using my shootout build. Funny, I was using my defense build for shootout by accident. You too. Does TD boss stand for tech drift boss? Are you a tech drifter? It better be tech drift, or I'm gonna lose it. I've never played Metopia, no. These random questions are fun. Keep asking me random questions. Funny enough, I am a tech drifter, but it's more a secret behind the TD. Tower defense boss. That's what you are. Oh my god, you're from Bloons TD. Because if you take the boss and you move it in front of the TD, it's BTD. Bloons Tower Defense. I figured it out. I figured out the secret. Who's your fave in chat? Well, speaking as you're in chat, Tara, you'd be my favorite right now. But if Harpy was here, my girlfriend, it'd be Harpy. But like Tara's here. Tara's my favorite in chat. I win. WTF, I'm here, dog. I'm sorry, Invade. I'm sorry, Gamer Cut, but I know Tara personally. I've literally played bowling with Tara. Like, I never played bowling with any of you guys. Who's the worst person to ever appear in your stream? Anyone who has said a slur on my stream and got VC banned, they're the worst. Ouch, man. Fair item, by the way. I love getting point blanked by a tornado. Dude, there's no way. I was trying to be careful about that so, like, specifically, but it failed. They compress the audio in the game, Proto. You are 1000% correct. The audio on other platforms is significantly higher. You'll notice it the most if you pay attention to the drums. Specifically, some songs are like lacking like hard-hitting drums. It's also part of why I play with lower audio in the game, because having lower audio for the music, you don't really notice it much. I believe there's mods to have the full audio quality in the game as well. How long are you playing this game? Good question. I don't know. I'm going based off my hands, how they feel. There's mods that give you the full quality of the audio in there. But you are 1000% correct, Proto. There is a difference. Why would they do that? That's so weird. It's common practice in a lot of games, actually. It depends on how they choose to optimize, really. And they probably were like, due to all the other sounds that are playing in the game, we don't really care about having the full audio quality in there, you know? And like, honestly, to me, I won't notice it while gaming, but if I'm listening to it solo, like again in the jukebox mode, you will notice it. But this would allow more room to add more music and keep the download size significantly smaller for the game. Honestly, Floppies, I use that same build, but I use mini ring gain boost instead of the 100 rings one for picking the Crossworld. That's totally fair. It's really a disservice to the soundtrack. I agree. If it weren't for the fact that they planned on releasing the soundtrack itself in full quality on other platforms, like if it was a game like that didn't do that, I would be a little bit upset. But you can obviously go onto Spotify and listen to like the full quality soundtracks. Like even, for example, even like the intro song sounds so different. You know, like the Sonic Racing one. It even just sounds so different being able to listen to it in full quality. I especially love listening to the Blizzard Valley one on Spotify. I love Blizzard Valley, dude. Hold on. I have to raise the audio. Like hearing it isolated and actually being able to hear the drums, which are obviously lacking in game significantly more, is very, very nice. And the bass. You hear the bass a lot more and the drums a lot more. It's a lot of those deeper tones. It's actually very interesting. It's both sides. It's both the higher notes, like the higher frequencies, and the lower frequencies are both kind of missing in the main track. All right, good luck, Brony. The platform that matters the most is the game itself, not Spotify. Yeah, I understand where you come from. Where are you coming from, Proto? I again think that it's probably due to the fact that they wanted to add a bunch of different audio tracks from different sources and stuff. So they didn't know exactly how many audio tracks they're going to have in the game. So depending on the amount of audio tracks they add, it could end up costing them a lot in space. Would be cool to see in the future games doing, you know, gigabyte optimized versions versus like, oh, I have space to spare versions. That you can either get the full experience or you can get like an optimized experience. There's so many weird things like that, man. Yeah, I noticed that it seems like, so this game has some weird optimization choices. Like, for example, like, if you break down, there's certain mods, right, that, like, change the whole aesthetic of the game. I was talking to Callie about this, and, you know, like, those chows in the background that are, like, in the main menu and stuff like that, and you have, like, the characters in the background, too, like the Sonic Forces style characters. It's really interesting because they are more in tune to a GIF less than a 3D model, despite the fact that, like, you know, there's ways to optimize 3D models in order to not be an issue, but they ended up going this really weird optimization route with it, which makes it, like, very hard to mod those specific portions of the game. And I think that part of it is just them learning Unreal Engine 5. I mean, the fact that, like, you know, everyone was shocked that this game was a game that runs well on older hardware, as long as you have, like, an SSD, of course, with it, right? But, it still runs decently on an HDD. But a lot of people were shocked despite it being newer Unreal Engine, stuff, it ran well, right? And I think that part of them is part of the reason why they have all these weird decision-making points is because of the fact they're working with an engine that is just a very terribly optimized engine. I've heard people go from, like, Unreal to Godot, or Unreal to Unity, or, like, literally, like, all different places, and it's like, the background characters look really wobbly too. Yeah, because they're GIFs. They're not 3D models. That's why they look wobbly. It's so weird. But it's kind of what you have to do when you're working with a poorly optimized engine. You know, it's just a poorly optimized development engine. And somehow they were able to pull out an engine, like out of an engine that's unoptimized, they were able to pull out an optimized game, which is crazy because it doesn't take much VRAM for me to run this. Thankfully, you know. I will say the background characters being the way they are is really clever. It is. It's super clever. Also, 6x, that was huge. Super, that's crazy. Hold on. I want to go to the main menu so you can, like, see without interruptions the different things that are in the background, because it is a little crazy. I think you can see my mouse on screen. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. And then I'll also, like, mess around like this here. Okay. Let's do a little bit of looking over here. So if you look at this guy over here, right? This guy is not a 3D model. I don't know how this works. But he's apparently not a 3D model. He's like a set of images that are playing on repeat, like a GIF. But it's like a 3D GIF. Best put. I don't get it. I really don't. It's like I don't know. And again, the modders were like so like confused because they were like, wait a minute. Why is nothing that we're trying to do on this thing working, right? And they realized that they had to like patch up like a bunch of different like they had to like take a bunch of different pictures of different things. I don't know. It definitely weird. Shadow Dark, we can get you in now. Brony dipped. Thanks, Brony. GG's. I know there's like also the Chow. You can see in the background here, these Chows are very obviously 2D GIFs, right? Hold on. The Chow back here, these are obviously 2D GIF Chows, right? They very much obviously look 2D. But apparently also the ones in the loading screens, where they're on the stadium stands and stuff like that as well, where they look more 3D, is still also a GIF format thing. So weird. I really appreciate these clever things in game dev, like how despite Forces running at 30 FPS on Switch, the inputs are read at 60 Hz, so it still feels smooth as the other platforms. I didn't know that. That's so cool. I never really played Forces on Switch. I always played it on Xbox, so I never had any issues with that, but they have 15 FPS, of course, with 3D, but these things here, these look like, I'm zooming in on them. I'm zooming in. These Chow in the background, they are also GIFs. They're not 3D. Apparently they're not 3D. And I don't know how they did it. I don't get it. It doesn't compute in my brain. To me, I'm like, that looks like they're 3D models just bouncing up and down. You know, they animated them and whatnot. But they're not? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think that the Chows look significantly better than the Forces models do in this thing that they were able to achieve, like this weird mix between 2D 3D aspect. But this festival has been promoting item spam, in my opinion. Absolutely, this whole patch has promoted item spam because you get rewarded for item spamming. But it's just the way it is. I ain't too worried about it. If everyone's getting item spam, it's like whatever. I just gotta try to race my best. I also love how devs need to be creative to better the performance of the game, but I also feel like the game would just perform better if it was made on a different game engine as a whole. Like if they didn't use Unreal Engine 5, I think that they would have been able to optimize the game way easier and actually be able to have 3D models there if they wanted, you know. That said, I think this game looks great on all the platforms I see. Whoa. Yeah, I agree. I think Hedgehog Engine 2 would have been great for this game. I don't get why the engine switch. Maybe it was because of the other team they brought in. They were just more knowledgeable on this engine. It's easier to get Unreal Engine devs than it is to get Hedgehog Engine 2 devs, you know. But I'm hoping that in the future, again, with the next Sonic game that we get, I'm hoping that the Sonic devs really go for intentional lighting. Like, as long as the Sonic games live, I hope that we always get intentional lighting versus, like, ray tracing. They're like, oh, look, Sonic game with ray tracing. Like, it won't matter. Like, ray tracing doesn't look good. Like, I like intentional lighting. And I'm glad, like... I'm glad we can still see it in games. Ouch. Dude, Sonic Forces is, in my opinion, still the best looking Sonic game. That or Generations, I would say. Not Shadow Generations portion, though. It's Sonic Generations in some moments looks better. Or no, okay, wait, not Generations. I take it back. Sonic Unleashed is hands down the best looking Sonic game. Although the time that it came out, it performed terribly on the consoles it was able to release on, right? Sonic Unleashed will and always will be probably the best looking Sonic game, right? That game looks amazing. And then next, I would probably put Forces or Generations. I think Forces does a little bit better than Generations in terms of visuals, but I think you have to be very picky and choosy with Forces compared to Generations, where it just looks good everywhere. But I think in the moments where Forces is utilized the best, Forces is like, wow, you know? Yeah, Ryu stages don't look the great. Except for Death. I was about to mention, but the Death Egg stage in space, dude, the lighting they got on that. I was having a whole conversation about this in the Crossworld chat. Wait, let me see if I can get it. I'll grab the images I took. Has image. Let me see if I can. I'll grab all the screenshots and I'll show them, because I was going on and on about it. Okay, I got some images. Holy, what a mess. What a mess. I need to pull this up on the side, like actually full screened. I'll go over it after this race. What remake would you rather have? Sonic and Amy Unleashed or Sonic Heroes with Time Stone side plot, so we can have the Diamond Cutters in it as a 5th team? I'm gonna be honest, both of those sound absolutely atrocious. I'm sorry, Kelpie. I hate both of those ideas. You can do exclamation point leave. Perfect. I also do remember this one graphics enhancement mod for Forces that looked gorgeous. If I recall correctly, the vanilla game uses the lighting at 60% capacity, and the mod just cranks it up. Yeah. So, like, you could even make Forces look even better. But I feel like something about the textural work or whatever, like, things feel pretty high quality in Forces, in terms of, like, in the newer areas. But then, like, I don't get it. In Shadow Gens, they reuse Sunset Heights, and it just doesn't look as good. I mean, I get it's not in Sunset, but I feel like even, like, if Forces wasn't in Sunset, it'd still look better. Something they did with the lighting. I will say, there are some shots in Shadow Gens that genuinely look good. And again, like, man, they need to do something about their intentional, like, the lighting. Their lighting team needs, like, to lock in for an entire, like, good portion. Got disconnected. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm the AI Jet. Hi, Hyper Shadow. I think Shadow Gens doesn't use global illumination, which has always been Hedgehog Engine's big claim to fame. That's why it doesn't look as good. Gotcha. See, I don't know anything of like development terms. I just know like that looks good. This one doesn't look as good. Ah! I've been robbed. GG's, guys. I'm okay. At least we passed that monster truck. Okay. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on. Let me start in the back here. Okay. Let me show you guys a little bit of Sonic Forces screenshots, okay? So this is a Sonic Forces screenshot, right? Again, it's low quality. I'm grabbing these screenshots off of YouTube. So you're gonna have bitrate issues. But this game looks good, okay? When I remember when like we were seeing like the video phone cam footage of this game and like Sonic running through the segment, I was like properly impressed by how this game looks. It looks better visually, like the detail that you see even like on the buildings and stuff like that. Like it looks better visually than like every 3D Pokemon game to ever release. Let me go back to main menu so we're okay, there we go. Then right? This is Shadow Gens. Hello? What happened? Like the lighting, it's the lighting. The scenery is all the same. The models are all the same. But the lighting. Dude, since Shadow Gens was built on the top of Frontiers and Frontiers got rid of global illumination across the board due to the day and night cycle, Shadow Gens also didn't have it. Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, it's weird to me. GG's in last race. Yes, GG's Class A Maverick. If someone wants to join after me, they can, by the way. Got called for food at the right time, it seems. Gotcha, Insanity. No worries. It looks fine to me. But like, it looks fine. But it doesn't look as good as Forces. Like, Forces looks good. Like, it looks like the lighting was meant to be this way. This, it's so blown out. Shadow Gens Sunset Heights looks like one of those Spider-Man realistic graphics mods that just get rid of all the color. Literally, like, you look at the blue over there, and you look at the blue over here, and it's like an entirely different thing. Like, the blue here... like all the colors, it's just you lose the entirety of the lighting of the town. Like it's not right. And then obviously moving forward, again, this is Shadow Gens again. Look at how blown out the lighting is. It just everything feels so colorless and lifeless. Then you go here and you're like, wow, like look at the backgrounds and like you can actually see like the way that the light is bouncing off of things in the background over there. And then here you're like, dude, it looks like it's turning pure white in the background. It's turning pure white. And then, like, obviously, you have other Frontier shot or Sonic Forces shots that are just beautiful. Like seeing this shot, like, I think that's what really carried Sonic Forces for me. Was visually, it was just like very appealing. I feel like this shot of the world in the background with the sun peeking out. You know, you also get that same shot, but it's just not as satisfying. It's not nearly as stylistic. It's not a wow shot, and I really liked Sonic Forces for doing wow shots. I think it comes down to LUTs with Shadow Gens being built on top of Frontiers and Frontiers LUTs being washed out AF. Yeah. And then, like, obviously, like, dude, this shot is insane. Like, I don't know. I get I was on rails, dude. Like, literally on rails. But, like, I mean, can you be mad at a shot like that? I can't be. I can't be. I feel like they did space also a lot better than what we see in, like, for example, Sonic Crossworlds. I don't think space has really that blacks. Like, this feels like more blacks, but like you see how like black it can get in the background. I think Shadow Gens also did space good. I think space in Crossworlds just doesn't look great. This shot is really good in Shadow Gens though. This shot, I was like, oh, whoa, okay, they're showing off a little bit here what they can do. Like, this shot was a show off shot. This was neat. This was really neat. This worked really well for them. I really like this shot from Shadow Gens. All right, all that aside, that was just like going over things that I've talked about in the past about Sonic Forces and current lighting and past lighting. I just like to see more lighting done intentionally. That's like the main goal. For what it's worth, all Sonic Forces had was wow shots. They worked so hard on the graphics that they forgot the gameplay had to be fun too. You should check out Jav's mod for Shadow Gens. He makes some great visual mods. Okay, yeah. I'll keep in mind of that. I just probably won't play Shadow Gens much. That's like a... I took note of it. All right, let me check the queue. Who's up next? Who's up next in the queue? We have Otherworldly Star. I think Forces definitely does get too much hate, especially knowing that their goal with Sonic, like, okay, gameplay wise, their goal with Sonic Forces wasn't to make a fun, quote unquote, like not like a they weren't making a game that tailored to their main audience. Sonic Forces was trying to do a lot of what Sonic Colors originally did, which was make an easy game for new audiences to come into the game and enjoy it, which there's a lot of big Sonic Forces fans out there because the fact they were actually able to play a Sonic game for once. Because of when you're going that fast, most people don't have that reaction time to be able to do things and look cool doing it. Sonic Forces makes you look cool from just holding down one button. I don't see anyone. Lobby broken. Okay, let me reset. Oops. They did say that this would, like, Sonic Forces was to get newer audiences into the game. The story was crap though. The story was crap. That's one thing that, if you take into account everything, that's the one thing that breaks. The true thing that breaks Sonic Forces is the story. If the story was compelling and really good, and the gameplay was just mid, like really simply mid, I think that people would have like really liked it. I'm one of the people who will hate on Forces a lot, but I will not shy away from complimenting it where it is warranted. Yeah, that's fair. Again, I've seen people try to play Sonic Frontiers as their first Sonic game. Dude, it feels like they haven't touched a game in their life. Like, sometimes that's what it looks like. Wait, it wasn't... It was Super, right? Super? So no wonder why Sonic Forces is simple and uninspired. Yeah. That's because Sonic games just aren't good at teaching new players how to play. Yeah. Why teach a player when you can just have them, like, you know, hold down a button, look cool doing it? Hi, Tetraship. How are you doing today? I'm not crazy. It was Super that we needed to invite, right? Yeah, it was Super. Super vanished. It's like, did Super have to go somewhere? I think he went to go get milk. I can't be sure. Yeah. If Sonic games had good tutorials, they'd be a lot more popular. I think that's fair to say. Also, if they had, like, consistent controls that they were confident in. You know, the amount of times I've had to teach someone that Sonic Frontiers is, like, 10 times better if they go to settings and switch a bunch of controls around. My game crashed again. Like, I've had to be like, oh, yeah, you don't want jump deceleration. Oh, yeah, you want full speed and different things like this and that. And the game becomes, like, way, way better in that case, you know? I think that they need to be very, very secure in how they want the next Sonic game to play and how to feel. But they need to do it right, not like how they did it in cyberspace for Sonic Frontiers. You know, they need to have it feel like what we customized our game to feel like to be the best. I really don't like the sliders in Frontiers. That's what I'm saying. Like, we shouldn't have to have a slider for the game to feel good. The game should just feel good when I boot up the game. When I boot up a new, it new for someone who's never played it before. That's true. Shadow Gens does feel good out the box. So we are seeing that already in the sense of, like, okay, they're getting confident in what we like as gamers. It felt like Sonic Frontiers was really, hey, we don't know what we're doing entirely. We want to understand what you guys want out of Sonic entirely. And they were able to understand it off of what we were able to provide. We saw, even, like, as the game released, how much we were talking to, is it Kishimoto? I think Kishimoto's right. Like on Twitter, you know, it was a lot of back and forths, trying to, like, figure out and understand the audience more. Sega was at Sonic Team's throat with Forces, right? No.
Hello.
No, not really. The issue with Sonic Forces was they made Hedgehog Engine 2. Isn't that right? What was the first game on Hedgehog Engine 2? Okay, it was Sonic Forces. The issue with Sonic Forces was they spent all this time developing a whole new engine and created a small game off of this new engine they created, right? Instead of having a game in the lineup to give them more time to develop the engine, you know? And then the game after the engine had a full development cycle. Sonic Forces wasn't worked on that long if you take away the development cycle of the engine itself. Sonic Forces was a very, very like, oh, we've got this new engine, let's experiment with it. Kishimoto said that they added the sliders because the playtesters didn't like the controls he made himself. But then you play Cyberspace, which still has his controls, and you completely understand the playtesters. Yeah, exactly. So, like, as much as I don't like the sliders for Frontiers, it was kind of needed. You know, we needed to teach Kishimoto a little bit how a Sonic game's meant to be played. That said, not everyone's going to be moving those sliders again, which is like the scary portion of that. Dinosaur jungle. Get your Switch out of the effing oven, man! Yo, Mimi, you are always on Super's like back for him and his pizza. Dude, let him cook his Switch pizza. Let him cook his Switch pizza. You know, maybe he wants a little bit of red Joy-Con and a little blue Joy-Con in there. It never hurt nobody. Maybe he wants a little bit of that flavoring they put on the Switch cartridges, you know? Who doesn't like that flavoring? Unclear instructions. My PC has been air fried. Yo. Unironically, guys. Okay, like, hear me out. Have you guys ever seen something that is not like necessarily edible, but said, "Man, that looks really tasty"? Like, I'll start. Like, guys, hear me out. But ram sticks would taste so good. Aquarium gravel. That's what I'm saying. Aquarium gravel's another good one. Soap? Yeah, soap. Who doesn't like biting a block of soap, you know? Kishimoto got his heart in the right place, but it's crazy to me that someone that's been working on Sonic games since 2003 still needs this much hand-holding. Yeah, I understand. This console is almost 10 years old, ma'am. Yo, Mimikyu, you just got mammed. Are you gonna let Super do you like that? You gonna be called ma'am? Kazemi, how are you doing today? Guys, erasers is another thing that I would totally eat if it weren't, like, totally not edible. Like, erasers have to taste good. I don't know how they taste, but they have to taste good. Is this a comeback for Pizza 64? I don't know. It's shootout. I need to switch over to this builds. Otherwise, it'll be painful. TBH. Erasers are chewy, so they have to taste good, right? Ooh, 6x. Low-key, guys, I'm playing for like 20 more minutes. And I'll switch games. Low-key, it's a 20 more minute type of day. Please don't eat erasers. Why not, Kazemi? Why not? Did you eat an eraser? Do you have an experience with one? Holy. Okay, big level 4 gaming. Upset tummy. Uh-oh. That's never good to have. That was a good parry. Thank you, thank you. Look at the lead we're creating here. Guys, I think we need to nerf level 4 again. High key. It's kind of too good at the game. Like, look at how much it's blocking these things. Look, I beat the other builds. First place.
Incredible!
Why do people call level 4 a parry? It's not a parry. You aren't sending it back. Well, a parry isn't necessarily meaning that you send something back. It's the act of... It is more of a block in this game. People call it a parry because you have to do a quick time, you know, like quick time event basically, right? But parry in many games is considered just basically a perfectly timed dodge hit or whatever, you know? And level 4 feels more like you have to perfectly time things versus just spam it. All right, bye-bye, Super. Thanks for gaming. Well, Proto Arts, let me just tell you, people are crying a lot about it because they went from 90% plus win rates all the way down to 60 to 70% win rates. 60 to 70% win rate, and you can't control the game more than that, basically. I don't like it being called a parry. That's fair. What do you call it, then? Do you just call it a block? A shield? Just a block, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. I normally view blocks more as things that I can hold permanently. Yeah, that like makes sense considering the fact like it's not like the shield item isn't something you can hold permanently either. I kind of agree. Kazemi. I kind of agree. It's definitely not a parry. It's something in the in-betweens. The in-between zone. Let's see. We have next up is we're out. We can clear the queue. Was there anyone in chat that would like to join in for the last 15 minutes? So people were just mad they couldn't get free wins anymore. Got it. Lol. Yeah. They had to actually think about how the items would affect them and stuff. I don't complain about the nerf. I still use it. Good day. Hell yeah, Morad. Alright, it seems like it'll just be the three of us for the last little bit. I'm ready when you guys are. We've got like 2 to 3 more games. Most likely 2 considering the queue. The queue and how all that works. I hope you're doing great. I am doing great. I hope you're doing great too. Yo, guys, Al the Boy just released a new video. For those that don't know, Al the Boy made like the banger of a Sonic Frontiers video. Yeah, the day is fine. That's good. That's good. Good luck, Lightning Liz. Good luck, good luck. Better watch out. I'm using level 4. Oh, what a good block. What a good shield. Oh my god, we got the Dark Chow item switch, but then we also blocked the slime. It was so perfectly timed. Oh my god, dude, I don't know how much more I can cook. I was doing so much there. Look at how much of a lead we still have. We even flew off the map. Beautiful race! Oh my god, I raced out of my mind there. I was silent during it too. Quiet. GG's Lightning Liz. I got targeted so hard my bones hurt. Uh-oh. No, we lost. Just barely. All right, yeah, I got one more game in me, and then we'll switch over to Peak. One point loss is tough. It is. But we still game. We still gaming. Can we agree that shootout needs to get shot? Yeah. Shootout's a little brutal. Whisper says yes. Are we at 700? Yes, 702 games on Whisper, and we're almost at 7,000 games on Extreme Gear. It is my weakest mode. Understandable. I don't remember Shootout being this abysmal. Well, Shootout was never this abysmal because normally people were playing level 4. And level 4 users would hold good items instead of using items. So now most people aren't using level 4, so everyone's just spamming items. And it's brutal. I dread when Shootout pops up. Yeah, I do too. Again, the game rewards you for hitting people, you know? You make them lose rings, they have to get that back. You gain rings from being behind them, and then you also get in front of them. You weren't playing level 4 yourself, but all the other level 4 users wouldn't hit you. Because they wouldn't have items to hit you. That's why it was a healthier game for most people. Because you were able to, you know, exist without items being spammed too harshly. Ouch. Holy. Woohoo! Talk about timing. That was some good timing right there. Level 4 is still pretty satisfying to use. I'm gonna be honest. Holy! I'm so locked in. Your phone overheated? What the heck? What a beautiful round. Like, wowza. I was blocking every single little thing that came my way. Multi-window be doing that? Gotcha. Nice, and that's a guaranteed win. Cook it up, cook it up. They both got the point bonuses, but at what cost? It did nothing for them. That's so sad. Nice, we made it to 10,000 points. That's actually a great point to end. We hit 10K, and then now we're done. Festival's over, guys. GG's. I worry about going fast more than screwing up my opponents. That's fair, that's fair. All right, let's hop on to Peak if anyone's interested. I think the Peak will be fun today. YouTube stream, we're gonna end you here, and we will be back once we're on Peak. Climbing with chat. Peak. Done.